everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's case I'm going to be talking to you about is the disappearance of Jason Anthony Jolkowski. So Jason Anthony Jolkowski was born on June the 24th, 1981, and he had disappeared on June the 13th, 2001. He is an American man that was from Omaha, that was in Nebraska. And he had gone missing while walking towards his former high school to meet a co-worker. And this was for a ride to work. And in the aftermath of his disappearance, the Jolkowski's parents successfully campaigned then for Jason's Law, a statewide database for missing people which is in Nebraska. As of 2024, Jolkowski's whereabouts still remain unknown. So Jason Jolkowski was born on June the 24th, 1981. This was in Grand Island. And at the time that he had gone and disappeared, Jolkowski was living with his parents in the home of 48th and Bedford Avenue in the Benson neighborhood of Omaha. He was a part-time student that was in the radio broadcasting program, and this was at Iowa's Western Community College, and this was in the Council Bluffs in Iowa. And he had been working at the local Fazoli's restaurant. It was reported that he planned to eventually become a radio DJ. And this was for the KIWR. Jolkowski's mother had described him as being very shy and a quiet boy, with just only a handful of friends. On Wednesday, June the 13th, 2001, Jolkowski was called into work very early that morning. He initially did plan to walk to his job, which had been located just over 4 miles away, while his car was at a repair shop, but later had arranged for a co-worker for him to give him a ride. Since Jolkowski had trouble giving some directions, he had arranged for them to both meet at the Benson High School. He and his co-worker, the high school was only just 8 blocks away from his home. At 10:45 a.m, Jolkowski was last seen by one of his neighbours, and they had saw him helping his brother, and this was his younger brother, trying to pull some trash cans from the curb, and this was back to the house. Less than an hour later, between 11:15 and 11:30, his co-worker had gone and called the house, trying to state that he had failed to turn up at the Benson High School for a ride to work. Jolkowski have never been heard or seen since then, that time. Shortly after his disappearance, the school security cameras had been checked. None of them had showed anything of Jolkowski even arriving at the school. A police officer that had been investigating this disappearance, they had claimed that it was deemed as if it was a very baffling case that he had seen in over 30 years. As of 2024, the Omaha Police Department continues to investigate his case. Following the disappearance, Jolkowski's mother and father had made a project, and this was to do with Jason to help families of all the ones that had disappeared. In 2005, at lobbying at his parents' house, it was said that in 2005 that there had been, quote, Jason's Law, and it had been passed in the Nebraska state. This was the Nebraska legislation, providing that it was a statewide database. This was on the missing persons. Kelly Jolkowski, Jason's mother, later had received a volunteer for victims. This was a victims award from the U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder that was in 2010. And the Nebraska's government's Point of Lights Award. This was in 2014. In recognition of their work to support all the missing people's families. Okay then, so that is everything that I could find on Jason's disappearance. So what I have done is I have done a tarot card reading just to see what would come out. So the first thing I asked was, what happened to Jason Jolkowski? So the first card that popped up was the Eight of Swords. So he was trapped, restricted, feeling very hopeless, and he had been silenced and was isolated. Reverse Page of Swords. There was some bad news that was due to some lack of planning that was causing some decisiveness. Reverse Knight of Wands. So someone was very arrogant, very reckless. Who was involved in the disappearance of Jason Jolkowski? Reverse Knight of Pentacles. So there was someone who had been very impatient, that was very unreliable and disloyal. Reverse Star. There was a sense of hopelessness, lacking in faith and in despair. Reverse King of Wands. There was an older male who was very abusive, violent, forceful, and very impulsive. Sun. So there was some truth and some self-expressions. Where is Jason Jolkowski? So we have the Ten of Pentacles. So there was someone that was very privileged, that had some type of unexpected accumulation and a solid foundation. Reverse Three of Cups. There was some talks that was going round that wasn't very good. There was a lack of social life and a lack of friends. There was a possible third-party involvement. Knight of Swords. So there was a big change. Someone took an opportunity to seize a moment. They were very direct and impatient, and they was very daring. Reverse Hierophant. There was an unconventional lifestyle or a relationship. What is the final outcome to be? Reverse Four of Wands. There was to be a leave of a home and a leave of a family where there was a very unhappy or dysfunctional family. Okay, so I asked the tea leaf reading cards a specific question, which is, what is very specific in the area where Jason Jolkowski is located? These are signs, symbols that are very specific in that area. So what we had was a goose, chicken, nest, squares, rectangle, king, queen, jack, joker, the letter N, a nail, needle, necklace, nose, alligator, bear, a buffalo, column, fence, fountain, staircase, road lanes, a fence, letter H, heart, horseshoe, hourglass, a house, letter D, a deer, dice, a dog, donkey, letter W, a wall, wagon, wasp, watch, a waterfall, two letter C's, candle, car, castle, cat, chain, church, clouds, clover, letter K, kangaroo and key, a kettle, a kite, knife, letter R, rocket, rooster, ring, rose, incomplete circle, letter T, train, trees, trident, turtle, astrology symbols, generic building, building component, a bird, letter F, theories, fan, feather and ferns. So I did do a mediumship session on this as well. So this is everything that came through during my mediumship. So there was an older male that was age ranged between 50 to 60s. He was between 5'4" to 5'7". He had a brown to dark hair, very thin, very clean shaven. He do have a look-alike that is very similar to an actor that is in the TV series Supernatural, who was called Frederick Lean. So Lean is spelled with Lehne. So if you would look this up, then you'd know who I'm on about. That's the only person I can resonate who this person looks close to. Then I seen a old-fashioned camper van then that was dark in colour to grey. There was a bird's eye view then of a big huge field. It looked like a cornfield. And there was a big white house that was on that as well. So it was a big property. And there was a lot of crops. Then there was a very specific spot in that area of that field where there was something, it looked a bit like clothing that was white. So this may be a body, or this may be just things that have been just placed there. Okay, so they look like white clothing or something that was very, very similar to that. And then I had saw Jason then kept looking all around him constantly, like he was paranoid. So that was everything that I could find out through my mediumship. So I'm going to be doing the ghost tube session for this case to see what will come out. Okay. Angels, guides, spirit guides, archangels, my ancestors, my family, other protective beings, come forward please with communication via the Ghost Tube Seer app, and this is for the disappearance of Jason Anthony Jolkowski. Okay. What happened to Jason Anthony Jolkowski? Okay, so the first image that came up is like a big house. It looks like a big house. Or some type of place. So that is the image, the first image that came up. Can you tell me what happened to Jason Anthony Jolkowski for him to disappear? So he was born on June 24th, 1981, and he disappeared on June 13th, 2001. So he is an American man that is from Omaha in Nebraska, who had gone missing while walking towards his former high school to meet a co-worker for a ride. And this was to work. What happened to Jason Anthony Jolkowski? Who was involved in the disappearance of Jason Jolkowski? Okay. Okay, so this is showing some, it looked like some type of shack that is in the middle of the woods. Yeah, it looked like a shack. Some shack that is in the woods. Or this could be the property that I saw. Can you show us who was involved or responsible for the disappearance of Jason Jolkowski? Where is Jason Jolkowski now? Okay. So there is an image that has been shown. I can't really tell what it is, but it looks a bit like a wall that has plaques on it. Some type of plaques or photos. Was very specific where Jason Jolkowski is located, that his family, friends, and people that are out looking for him would know straight away. Like the places where to go and look for him. So there is a Jason's Law that is out for people that are missing. I think this is for their families as well. So Jason was working at the time of his disappearance at a local Fazoli's restaurant. And he did plan to eventually become a radio DJ for KIWR. Okay, so is there anything else, like who is Jason Jolkowski with? Who took him? If someone did take him, then who was this person? Can you show us what that person looked like? Is there anything else you'd like to show his friends and family about what happened to him? and where he is located. Is there any answers to this missing person? The answers to solve his case. I think that is it. I don't think they won't tell us any more at the moment. Oh, one moment. Say that and a picture comes up. Yeah, it's showing another type of place. There's something to do with these houses or these places. I do apologise for the lights. Okay, so there's another one now that's been shown. So is a woman's back. A woman's back to people, and then it's like this house again. Is I guess another house, and is on a land. And there is also like, it looks like some people that's in the grass as if like they had a picnic. Is there anything else you'd like to tell the family of Jason Jolkowski, if he's alive or if he's passed away? Okay, so there's another image being shown here. It do look like a boat. A boat in the water. And it's like looking as if it's like a sunset. What, sunrise? It's like a boat in the water. Did Jason Jolkowski disappear on his own accord? Okay, thank you for your information. Okay, so that is everything I could find online about his disappearance. The tarot side, the medium side, and the ghost tube side and everything else that I have done. So that is the disappearance of Jason Jolkowski's case. Until next time, everyone, take care. Bye bye.